Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the world of a microscopic parasite, a true master of the long game that can reemerge years after you're sure you've been cured. So let's start with a mystery that has baffled doctors and patients for, well, centuries. Just imagine you get sick, you go through treatment, you get the all clear, you're cured. But then, months or, hey, even years down the road, with no new bite, no new exposure, it all comes roaring back. The fever, the chills, the sheer exhaustion. So how is that even possible? Well, meet our culprit, Plasmodium vivax. You're saying it right here, inside a human red blood cell. And while it's really good at making you sick, its real genius, the secret to this whole disappearing act, lies hidden somewhere else in the body entirely.
All right, first things first. To understand how this parasite hides so well, we really need to get to know it. So let's properly introduce this incredibly persistent parasite.
Okay, so this isn't a bacterium or a virus. Plasmodium vivax is a protozoan, which means it's a pretty complex single-celled creature. And it's an obligate endoparasite, which, is just a sciencey way of saying it absolutely has to live inside another creature to survive. It's literally evolved to make our bodies its home.
Now, what's really interesting here is its family tree. See that phylum, Apicomplexa? This is a whole group of parasites, and they all have one thing in common: a special set of tools at their tip called an apical complex. Think of it like a molecular toolkit, a master key they use to literally force their way into our cells. It's how they're such successful invaders.
You know, the parasite's name is actually a dead giveaway. Early scientists peering through their microscopes saw it moving around inside red blood cells and thought, wow, that's lively. So they called it vivax. But they also noticed how the fever kept coming back with such, well, vivaciousness. The name fits in more ways than one.
So, how did this lively parasite end up all over the planet? Let's take a look at its incredible journey as a true global stowaway. Now, you often hear more about its deadlier cousin, Plasmodium falciparum, but get this: Plasmodium vivax is actually the most widespread human malaria parasite geographically. It puts about 2.5 billion people at risk. That's a huge chunk of the world's population, especially in places like Latin America and Southeast Asia. So what's its secret weapon? Well, it's surprisingly tough. It can actually complete its life cycle inside mosquitoes in much cooler, more temperate climates. And that's exactly why it used to be common all across Europe and even parts of North America before it was wiped out there.
And this brings the whole story right into modern-day Europe. In a country like the Netherlands, the last local case was way back in the 1950s. Today, every single case is an imported one, a stowaway that arrives with travelers and migrants.
And wow, this slide really paints a picture of our changing world. Dutch public health data shows that in the early 2000s, most cases were found in European tourists or people visiting family back in Asia. But just fast forward a few years, and the pattern completely flips. The vast majority of new cases are now found in asylum seekers coming from the Horn of Africa, especially Eritrea and Ethiopia.
Okay, so we've got this global parasite that can just show up long after a person has left a place where malaria is common. It's finally time to solve the mystery. And the key, as you might have guessed, is hidden in its incredibly clever life cycle.
Okay, the whole secret is right there in steps 3 and 4. After a mosquito bite, the parasite zips to the liver. And once it's there, it faces a critical choice. It can either start multiplying like crazy and cause an immediate illness, or it can go dark. It can hide.
And here it is, the smoking gun, the culprit we've been hunting for all this time, the hypnozoite. The name literally comes from Greek for sleeping animal, and that's exactly what it is. Think of it as a biological time bomb, a sleeper agent, just waiting silently inside a liver cell, completely invisible to your immune system. Then, when these hypnozoites decide to wake up, and we're still trying to figure out the exact triggers, they kick back into gear, burst out of the liver, and unleash a totally new wave of parasites into the bloodstream. And that's the relapse. Mystery solved. So, knowing the secret is one thing, but how in the world do you fight an enemy that knows how to hide so perfectly? This is where treating it gets really, really tricky. See, you can't just treat the symptoms you feel right now. Standard anti-malarial drugs are great at clearing the parasites out of your blood, and they'll make you feel better. But they won't touch those sleeping hypnozoites in the liver. To truly cure the infection and stop it from ever coming back, you need what's called a radical cure,
a 1-2 punch of different drugs to kill both the active invaders and the hidden sleeper agents. And this is where medical strategies can differ a bit. The World Health Organization's standard approach is a 14-day course of a drug called primaquine. But in the Netherlands, for example, the guidelines often push for a higher dose, especially if the patient was infected somewhere like Southeast Asia, where the local strains are notorious for relapsing again and again.
But the story definitely doesn't end there. The fight is very much ongoing. So let's take a look at how science is racing to find even better ways to defeat this incredibly resilient parasite for good.
So the future of the fight really comes down to this three-pronged attack. First, and this is a huge deal, developing single-dose radical cures like tefenoquine. It's a game changer because it makes it so much easier for patients to actually finish their treatment. Second, researchers are digging deep into the parasite's basic biology, trying to figure out how to flip the off switch that keeps the hypnozoite dormant. And finally, the ultimate goal, creating a dedicated vaccine to stop the infection before it can even get started.
Woo! We have covered a ton of ground today, from basic biology all the way to the cutting edge of medical research. To bring all this together, we used advanced research tools. And for those of you who really want to geek out on the science, we've put a link to all our sources in the description below.
And all of this leaves us with one final big question. Plasmodium vivax has succeeded for millennia because it is patient. In our modern world of constant travel and migration, the challenge of outsmarting a parasite that knows how to wait, well, it's only getting bigger.
If you found this deep dive as fascinating as we did, please subscribe to The Explainer and definitely share your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.